did you guys enjoy last week?
Did you?
That random nude picture talk? Listen, because we did get some crazy stuff. Thank you to everyone that watched. So, are you ready for this week? Yes. We have it's a real serious topic that we're going to talk about because, you know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Absolutely.
So we wanted to, before the month end, we wanted to just jump right into it and bring a story to you guys that I think will help a lot of people and, you know, let you guys know that you are not alone in the fight in domestic violence. So
absolutely.
Melissa's going to tell you guys all about our guest that we're going to have that we're interviewing. So what's her name?
Her name is Elisa. She's super awesome. This is her very first time discussing this. So, you know, most people have conversations with friends or family, but this is going to be her first initial time having this conversation with the world. And I think it's important for us to be able to talk about this stuff and help you understand that you're not alone in this situation. So she's going to go through some of her personal experiences, and then she's going to also tell us, you know, how to get support and some, you know, some key things that we
how to walk away.
Yes, absolutely. So going to be some good information in that segment. So definitely hope everybody stick around to watch that, and then we'll also let you know where you can go if you're a victim and you need, or you know somebody who's, you know, battling with that, and where they can go to get help.
Yes, definitely. All right, you guys. So you're back here with Melissa Renee, and guess what? It's time for current events.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to start right out with this topic because I just don't understand. Like, Tank, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Like, what part of your mind is telling you that because you experiment twice that, like, you're even if you're not gay, you would still be considered bi-curious, because why would you try it a second time and then decide, oh, well, I don't like it, so now I'm gonna, like, I'm not gay, but I tried it. No, that's not how it works.
Not really. Not even close. So let's quote him, and I quote, right? He sucked it once, right? Then he's like, I'm not sure if I like it or not. Let me try it again. And then he says, you know what? It's not for me. Don't like the taste. See what I'm saying? Nah, nigga, we don't see what you saying. You did it. You tried it. No. Nigga, no. Okay? Nah. Is this your way of trying to say you really not? And listen,
so is he saying, is that him saying that's what he did?
Humble.
Or
wait. They said
saying he did it, or
he said he continues, quote again, it doesn't mean he's gay, it means he sucked a dick twice.
So he's trying to say, basically, if a guy did it the first time, say, let me try it again, see if I really like it. Didn't like it.
Then so you're not. That the art of being gay is being gay. It's a continuous state of being.
Okay, but you continue the second time. So
right.
But then you would be curious. That's curious. Curiosity at that point.
And see, you know, let's just make this quick disclaimer. Be who you want to be. Do what you want to do. That is completely up to you. Your business, your choice, no judgment. Have nothing to do with me.
We support you.
Support 100%. 1000%.
But don't just be like, I think it's more like a down low thing. Like, if you're gonna do it, just do it. Just do it.
Hey,
not get up.
But I'm gonna tell you something, right? So I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, quick story, real quick story. So you're not really in a relationship, but you're seeing somebody, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna try that. See what you're working with. You have it, and it's like, this is horrible. I don't like it. But you know, I'm gonna give you a second chance just to see if I like it. But it was with the opposite sex, so. I mean, I can see what you're trying to say,
right?
But bruh, it don't apply in this situation.
Not in same sex. No, it don't apply.
No,
unless you just outright saying, I'm bi-curious, I'm gay, or whatever. But if you trying to say just because you did it 2 times don't make you it make you something. At least bi-curious, I think.
Because I think you'll go back and you'll do it again.
Yeah, maybe the third time you gonna want to say, okay, I didn't like it.
Living your truth, bro. Stop lying.
Maybe they just wasn't clean or something. You say you ain't like the taste, so like,
give them some fruit to eat.
Use a flavored condom. Ain't that what you're gonna be using anyway? Listen, advocate coming at you.
That whole part. You ain't like the taste. Nigga, you
Right. All right. So, Florida, Georgia is coming up. So what is that? November 2nd, I think, is the weekend. It's gonna be a lot of people in Jacksonville, Florida, for this Florida Georgia game. Who you for?
Listen, my team personally is neither. I like Florida State. However, I will say this. If it's a Florida team playing, then I will support the Florida team.
Oh.
My team, however, is Florida State. I will not wear a Gator shirt. I will not wear Gator color on that day. Blue also is my favorite color. However, combined with orange is not going to happen.
All right, so, blue is my favorite color too. I have no Florida team as far as college that I go for. I'm an Auburn fan. Yes. Go orange and blue. In that perspective. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have to roll with Georgia. I'm in Florida, but I think I'm gonna have to roll with Georgia on this one. Just because, I don't like no Florida teams.
Well, I like the food, so if you
tailgating, what you
let me know,
yes.
so I can pull up, because I like to eat, okay? I want to eat.
All right, and then also in local news, here in Jacksonville, Florida, let's see, 3 schools. 3 schools, they are faith-based schools, private schools, have decided that starting their school year, they are going to do random drug testing. This kind of confuses me a lot because wouldn't you expect that more at a public school setting? Because you have a more diverse, kids coming in, some coming in from neighborhoods full of drugs, some coming in not, they're mixing, mingling.
Well, see, I think, you know what, though? I think that part, because people expect that from certain areas, but listen, them little uppity schools be getting a little...
Oh, hey, I'm not one to disagree because my daughter goes to a private Christian academy. And they do checks all the time. They have the police dogs come in. They do checks. They check lockers. They do that stuff. And... most schools, they want to try to have a good, clean reputation. So I think it'll do good to implement it.
I don't know. My issue as a parent with that is I don't need that type of thing on my child's public record or school record. I'm okay with you guys running your dogs through the school, checking lockers and looking for guns and drugs and stuff. That part, yes. But as a parent, I don't think I'm going to allow you to drug test my kid.
I wonder if they should, more than likely they'll probably have a waiver of some sort.
They ain't gonna have no waiver.
You don't think it's gonna be mandatory?
You know what's gonna happen, right? Come to the no, they ain't gonna tell you to come to the office. You'll be walking through the hall, that's little Johnny, grab that hair.
Just get a little hair.
That's Tina, pull that hair straight. We're gonna drug test everybody. That's Tina Jones. Okay, Tina. Take this back.
Don't know. I think by law, I think they'll probably still have to get parent consent.
Yeah.
To do it just because you can't just tell somebody, kid, oh, you gonna take this drug test.
Yeah.
But
Johnny, you're a crackhead, Johnny. I don't know. Let's give me that.
Right.
Yeah.
Look, I got a meme. I finally got to use that meme. I found a meme that was like, "You're a crackhead, ain't you?" It was Judge Mathis.
Oh, yeah.
Because he always calls him a crackhead.
What they call?
"You're a crackhead, ain't you?"
They call him in to do the drug test. Look, I don't need you to test. Looking at you. Yeah. You smoke crack, don't you? Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack? What's the movie?
Oh, yeah. With Joe Clark.
Yeah.
Lean on me.
That's what it is. Lean on me. Expeditiously.
Yeah.
Look at me, boy.
All right. So then we also want to talk to you guys about anti-vax parents. There's a child that got admitted to the hospital here locally with measles. The child was not vaccinated. And I know there's a whole big debating issue about vaccines and it causes this issue and that issue. I'm a vaccinated child. Well, adult now.
And you're crazy. So that just kind of proves the point that we don't need no vaccine. Was it when you in the jail, not jail, but when you Exhibit A.
Oh,
right here.
Exhibit A.
Exhibit A.
Hi.
No vaccine.
But no, seriously though, like I mean, I did have the chickenpox as a kid, but I think most people did go through the chickenpox little era. But I've never had measles, mumps, all that other stuff that we got vaccinated for. I think it's wise to have your children vaccinated. And of course, it's always up to the parents' discretion on if they want to do it or not. But understand that when you don't do it, you're leaving your child open for all of these things that had they been vaccinated for, they would not get. Of course, you get a flu shot. Some people still get sick when they take flu shots. But would you rather get that little bit of sickness or go through a whole flu, pneumonia, all that?
I stay free and clear of the flu shot. Don't want no parts of it. I'd be like, you want a flu? No, don't even finish your statement. Nah, okay? No.
Now, I didn't get the flu shot last year. I think that was probably my first year never getting it. And I got sick.
See,
I didn't get the flu, but I had it was a sinus infection that was so bad. My ears were hurt. Everything was hurting all in here.
I think, and I'm gonna call this the Lay's effect. You know, you eat the Lay's chips and they say, "Oh, is it Pringles? You can't just eat Pringles. One. You can't eat just one."
Yeah.
So I think, in my humble opinion, right? So I think that's like a gimmick to me personally. Like, you take it once, and then I hear a lot of people say that. Like, I took it once, I didn't take it the next year, and I got sick. Yeah. I personally never taken a flu shot. Don't want no parts of it. I don't need you introducing nothing else to my body because I'm tired enough. But I think I hear a lot of people say that I didn't take it this year. I took it before, and then I got sick. And I feel like it's like one of those things. Like, if you don't do it, then you're gonna have a negative effect because you've already started. So I think if you started, you can't stop. Yeah. I don't know if that to be a medical fact. I just know from what I've heard people say that, I missed this particular shot and I got sick the next year. So right. I personally don't like to.
Or it could just be in your mind,
No, I don't like none of that. And if I could not vaccinate my kids because my kids did go to public school,
right?
Now you have a lot more options and homeschool options and stuff like that.
And they do have the waiver that you can sign too, saying my child isn't vaxxed, stuff like that. But luckily, with this child having the measles, they were not school age. I think they were like 3. Mm-hmm. So they were home. So nobody else other than who's in that home got exposed to those measles.
That's cool.
But just think, if they were in school, how many other kids could have potentially been exposed?
Yeah.
So whatever you choose, it's your preference.
And like with anything, it has pros and cons to it. So it's up to you. I think it should be up to, obviously the parent to make that decision, and then provisions be put in place for, each size or whatever. But right. I don't like the government telling me what to do.
Yeah.
I don't like nobody telling me what to do. Let's just start there.
Look, you're going to record this video.
However, comma.
You're going to record this video.
Only because I want to.
All right, so on a more heavier note, Cupcake. That was just, that pulled at my heart, literally. Not only Cupcake, but there was another child, Nevaeh. Mm-hmm. So Cupcake was in Alabama. She was at a birthday party and was literally kidnapped from the birthday party. Had been missing for, it was probably 2 weeks, I think. It was
a minute.
And I actually thought last week I saw a post saying she was found out the day that they said they, discovered her body, that she wasn't found. And so that kind of put it, because I have a 5-year-old, and she was 3? Cupcake was 3. Nevaeh was 5.
It's so sad, and not just with those 2 babies, but then when you strolling through like Facebook and the amount of missing children,
it's scary.
It's sad, and it's heartbreaking, and then it's like when your kids say, "Mama, can I?" No, you can't nothing without me. I'm sorry. Like it's hard to let your kid be a kid, and then you have to hear these kind of stories like this. How did it even happen? How did that happen? Did they say like? Did she just walk away from the party, or did somebody
I think the person was in a vehicle, so they had a vehicle description because they have 2 people arrested now, a man and a woman. So they had the vehicle description. They saw the vehicle on surveillance. I believe it was at a gas station. So they had the information. And then with the Nevaeh that was in South Carolina, she they found her mother dead. Someone killed her mom.
Oh yeah.
And she was missing.
Yeah.
So they found her in a landfill. They found her also in the landfill.
Yeah. I read that one. That's just.
And that guy actually told he told where
admitted
she,
to it. Yeah. That's wow.
And I just think about like when I was in school, like I didn't ride the bus to elementary school, but middle school, I rode the school bus. So morning and afternoon, I was by myself walking home from the bus stop because everybody else lived other directions.
Yeah.
And it was like at any point somebody could have like kidnapped me. And that's why now when I'm with my kids, especially my 5-year-old, I'm like, stay here, stay over here, don't walk away. You know, I'm paranoid because I'm like, I don't want somebody to snatch her up right up under me.
Yeah. It's not safe.
Yeah.
Not to be an adult, and it's definitely not safe to be a kid. Like it's horrible. It's a sad world.
Right.
I remember, you know, with me being a kid when it came to the bus stop, because I've been, you know, we used to catch the bus elementary school, like first grade, we get on the bus going to the school. But, you know, your neighbors looked out. Even the local drug dealers, you know, we had a little drug house on the corner. Where you going? Hey, you make sure you go home.
Right.
Not trying to sell me drugs, but it's like, hey, you need to make sure you get your butt in the house. You know what I mean? Like, so you had...
It's crazy, right? They doing bad, but they making sure you do right.
Right, because they had rules. It was rules to the game. Now there's no more rules.
Yeah, there's no rules.
There's no rules.
Yeah.
Look at Takashi. There's no more rules to the game, right? So, but back then, it was a lot different. So, you know, your neighborhood looked out. That was when, you know, your neighbors, and you know, hey, we saw Lutz doing such and such or whatever. So it was like it was truly a village. Right. Now it's no longer a village. Yeah. So it's just horrible.
Right. Yeah. All right. So this leads us into our topic for today, which is a special edition. It's a special show today. We are going to be talking to a awesome, beautiful woman. She's going to be sharing her story with us. We did an exclusive interview with her, and we can't wait for you to watch it right now.
So today we have a special guest. She's going to be talking about her personal firsthand experience with domestic violence, since we're doing a show based on domestic violence awareness. And this is the month to do with that pretty purple. Oh my God, I love purple. Purple, so cute. So we'll allow you to go ahead and maybe introduce yourself, Elisa.
Yes, hi. My name is Elisa McGilvery, and I have recently dealt with my fair share of domestic violence. It wasn't just domestic violence in the sense of physical, but mental, emotional. It was extremely draining.
I can imagine. And that's one thing I think people don't understand. They think domestic violence necessarily is just the physical piece of it, but they forget all of the other components.
Emotional.
Right. You know, what you were just saying. So I think that's a very great point. So just maybe tell us a little bit about you, and then we'll kind of jump into maybe, you know, some of your experiences that you've had directly with domestic violence.
Okay, well, I have a 4-year-old, and I'm also an artist. I sing, I write, I do poetry.
You know, we're gonna say in a minute when this is concluded, we're gonna have you hum a tune. So that's all. You're not off the hook on that. I'm just gonna put that out there, okay?
Fine, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Okay. So, you know, tell us what personally did you experience as it relates to the domestic violence? Like, you know, kind of tell us something that happened.
Well, as far as it wasn't physical at first. It was more emotional and mental abuse, trying to make me feel like I wasn't worth anything. He made me feel like I needed him, like I needed to be in his presence. I wasn't able to do anything without him. He wanted me to feel like I had nobody else. Even though I had family, I have my mother, I have my brothers, I have a whole slew of family. He wanted to make me feel like I didn't, that all I had was him and nobody else. And, you know, at first it was just like, I didn't believe it. You know, I'm just like, you know, this guy, he needs help. I wanted to be the one there to help him because I loved him. So I'm like, we can fix this. You know, he has mental issues and we have a child together and I want to help him fix this. So I stayed and, you know, it just got worse. It just got worse.
and I'm going to say add this piece to it too. And that's kind of how sometimes it doesn't always just start with the fight.
Right.
Like the goal is to isolate you, to get you separate from your friends and your family. Think what's the movie? Tyler Perry movie?
Why Did I Get Married?
No, the one where he drug out the house. What's that one?
Oh yeah.
Diary of a
Diary
Mad
of a
Black
Mad
Woman.
Woman,
Yeah.
yeah.
So with her, she said something to that effect where he.
And I actually feel like I'm living that right now because, I left the situation and I got out of that, situation. And now he's very ill, extremely ill. And I'm the only person he has. I'm the only person. He has no family. He has nobody. And I'm the only person he has. And I'm there for him right now.
We need to get her
I'm helping him
exclusive.
get
I'm
through it.
saying,
Look,
yes.
So I'm actually living that movie right now.
Look.
And I feel good about it. I'm not bitter. I'm not even angry. I've forgiven him for everything he's done to me, every way he made me feel. I've forgiven him. I'm happy with myself. I'm growing. I'm doing all the things that I've wanted to do, that I love doing. I'm getting healthy. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating right. And you know what? He's the one who needs the help, not me.
Right.
And I'm God's child. So I will always be there for anyone, no matter what. So I feel good in helping him get better, because it also makes him see that you tried to destroy me, but I only came out bigger.
Right.
Right. So from the time period that it started to when you decided to leave, how long was that? Like, did you
How-
just, was it a short period, long period? What made you finally just say, okay, it's been this long and it's enough is enough?
Well, we were together for 5 years, and I was going through it pretty much for that long. And what was the icing on the cake was we were on our way to go get me an exercise bike because he didn't want me signing up for the gym, because in his head it was always about other guys. Me, I'm not thinking about no one else. I wasn't thinking about any other guys because he was my guy. But for him, I couldn't do anything or go anywhere because of other guys, or the potential of me talking to somebody else. So okay, you don't want me to sign up for the gym, so get me what I need, so I don't have to do that. So we were going out, get a exercise bike. And as we were on our way there, he was holding my hand, he was kissing my hand, he was telling me I was beautiful, he loved me, he doesn't want anybody else, like he was happy. Now it's just me, him, and my daughter in the car at the time. And then in the same breath, while he's still kissing my hand, I'm looking out the window and he just flipped. He literally flipped while he was kissing my hand. Like, you're not paying attention to the road. I'm a passenger in this car, right? You're not paying attention to the road. What are you thinking about? You thinking about the next dude? Like, he just started flipping. He started calling me a bitch. He started telling me I was worthless, that I'm ungrateful, that all I think about is other guys. And I'm like, what the heck is this dude talking? I worked 6 days a week, 2 jobs, 6 days a week. And it was on a Sunday that we were going to pick this up. And I had just worked that Saturday. I do childcare and I'm a CNA. Very tedious jobs. And I was tired. And we left in the morning to go get this bike that took over an hour drive. And I was tired. I was just, I wasn't talking. I was tired. But he took it as I was thinking about another guy and flipped out. And as he was calling me, telling me I was worthless and calling me all kinds of names, my daughter's in the backseat. And she goes, Daddy, you don't talk to mommy like that. That's not nice. Don't talk to her. And that just broke my heart into pieces.
Yeah.
Broke it into pieces. And I was like, that's it. I said, turn this car around. I don't want anything from you. I don't want the bike. I don't want nothing. Turn this car around. I'm going to go pack my stuff and I'm out of here. I'm not doing this. And that was it.
That was the turning moment for you.
Right.
So answer me this. What's one of your more horrifying experiences? Like something that you can think of that's just like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
One of the most horrific situations that happened with, you know, your ex-partner. What
The
did he
most
do that?
horrific thing, I think it was when he hit me in front of our daughter. She was sleeping. It was late at night. He was in one of his tangents where he was freaking out, and I was going to leave, and he told me I wasn't going anywhere, that I couldn't leave, that I was staying there, that if I left, that he was gonna do something crazy. And I said I didn't care. I'm leaving. I started packing my stuff, and he started calling me out my name, and I told him, just stop talking to me. I don't want to hear anything you have to say anymore. Stop talking to me. This is it. And as I'm walking towards the living room, he took it as I was coming to attack him, which I wasn't. I didn't even have my hands up or nothing. And he turned around and he swung on me. Oh. And my daughter just so happened to be coming out her room at the time when it happened. And she was right there screaming, crying. And that should have been my turning point at that point, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't. I mean, he broke down, he started crying in that moment, and it was almost like it never happened.
Wow. That's the part I don't get.
Actually, in that moment, he put a gun to his head.
Oh, wow. See, that's the part I don't get. Like, somebody who does the abusing, they turn around and they make it about them.
Right. Like, he did something to them.
He put a gun to his head, and it wasn't about me anymore at that moment. Like, I forgot all about it. It was about stopping him from doing something so tragic. I forgot about all of that. And it was like it never happened.
Wow. So from that point of you leaving till now, has he ever said, or have there ever been signs of why he has such short triggers? Or what triggered him to just go from this sweet, nice person to all of a sudden wanting to hit you or feel like you're, wanting to step outside a relationship? Was there any indication of a trigger?
There's a lot of factors. There's a lot of things that has gone on in his life. Past relationships where they've cheated on him. Like, he used to be this big time guy with all this money, and he had these relationships where that's pretty much all they really cared about, what they can get out of it. So they didn't really care about him or the relationship part of things. They got what they could out of it, and they did things. They cheated on him, as far the gym. This one relationship he had, the girl used to go to the gym and meet up with guys. So he took all of his past relationships and all his past trauma, because he also has mommy issues. His mother wasn't a good mother to him. She is a horrible person. The first time I met her, all she had to say was bad things about her son. Nothing good. Yeah. So, with all those things that happened in his past, he's bringing it all into our relationship, which is making it hard to be in a relationship. And I also think he suffers from bipolar disorder.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, all the signs are there. I'm almost 100% sure. I'm not a doctor, but I'm pretty sure that he suffers from bipolar disorder.
And that's, one of the factors people don't, think about and we talked about this a little bit last week when we said hurt people,
right?
And then on top of that, you add mental health into it as well. Like, that's just a whole nother layer of issues. And we have to remember as women, I know that we, this is one thing that's great about us, but it also hurts us as well. Remember, we're not their mamas, you know.
Can't raise a man.
Right, exactly. Michelle said it best. Right. So we have to remember, it's not up to us to change them. And I am in no way putting fault on anybody, because it just happens. This is we do this. But when we see those signs, just little ones, red flags raised. Hey, what? You say what? Nah, this might not be for me. I don't know. Pay attention to those, those signs.
Right.
We want to overlook them sometimes, but we can't.
Yeah.
We have to be mindful of the little things, like the anger issues. Like I saw that in one situation that I was in. Like, oh, he's not gonna do that to me. That fool's
Yeah,
crazy.
say
Run,
the
girl,
first
run.
time when they start getting mad for no reason because you moved the cup a little bit to the left, you got a problem.
That's that
Right.
sleeping with the enemy stuff.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that movie?
Like,
Yeah, that's sleeping with the
I
enemy.
used a different spoon one time to stir pasta, and he got upset. Like
oh yeah.
when those things start happening, when the smallest things and they get upset, it's a sign. It's a sign that they have mental problems that you need to just back up a little bit because
Right.
it's only gonna get worse.
Right. So that kind of leads into the next question.
Mhm.
What advice would you give others that are in a similar or the same situation? Like, do you tell them, hey, when you start noticing those signs, to go, or to kind of, slowly prepare themselves to leave? Because I know sometimes people can't just up and leave a situation. So what would you advise somebody in that situation?
I say when they first start in the relationship and the first time they start being disrespectful, throw that up as a red sign, because the first sign of disrespect means that there's going to be more disrespect. And the first time you let it slide and you dismiss it and you allow them, pretty much when you dismiss it, you're allowing them to do it again. So don't dismiss it. When they disrespect you the first time, you allow them to know that this is not what you're going to accept, and you walk away in that first instant. Because if you don't walk away when that first disrespect starts, that allows them to know that, look, she's not going to go nowhere. I can disrespect her and she's going to forgive me if I say I'm sorry, which is usually what happens. They say, oh, I didn't mean to say that. I was mad. I'm sorry. No, don't allow it. Walk away in that first instant, because it's going to be fatal.
So let's say I don't walk away and I decide to stay through it, and it's 2, 3, 4 years in, and then I'm like, enough is enough. What would you tell me then?
I would tell you, like, start to find help. Start talking to somebody. Even if you don't want to talk to a family member because you're embarrassed, there's hotlines you can call to talk to them, and they'll talk to you about how to get you out of it. If you want to leave and you feel like financially you can't do it, you're stuck, you're not stuck. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about housing. Go to the police. Go to a shelter. There's people that's going to help. If you need to get out in that day and you just want to grab your stuff and go to a store or a gas station, ask to use their phone, let them call somebody if you don't want to call them. There's always a way out. You don't have to feel stuck. You don't have to feel like you're alone. And you do not have to feel like I can't handle being by myself financially, or I won't have any place to stay. Even if you have kids, I don't care if you have 11, 12 kids. You leave. You go to the police station, even go to a fire station, anywhere close to store, you can get help. There's always help.
Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and make sure that when this show is over, we're going to include some phone numbers and some references and resources that you can contact if you are in that particular situation and you need help. Like she said, there's resources, trust me. So you're never alone. We have one more thing for you. You ready for this?
Yeah.
You ready? You want to tell us? Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me go.
Yeah.
All right, I'll tell you. Are you ready? Are you sitting down for this?
I'm standing, but go ahead.
One, before you go, don't think you're going to get out of that song.
You are going to sing now.
It's the first thing you're going to sing. But the second thing is, we know that you're recently out of a relationship. You're recently transitioning to life after domestic violence. And we're so happy. We're so proud of you. We know it takes a lot, one, to just talk about it, right? Just to be able to have this conversation on the internet. Like, this is this isn't telling your mom, this is telling the world, and and providing insight for somebody else. So we definitely appreciate you for that. And
thank you.
You're welcome. And then Open Door Policy would like to bring you in on, and we're going to do a whole makeover, make you feel pretty. So we're going to do your hair, we're going to do your makeup, we're going to do your outfit, everything. How do you feel about that?
I am ready. Do I need to tell them I have to take the rest of the day off?
We are going to coordinate everything and we'll give you an advance notice. So we'll get you here, get you all pretty and dolled up for your new life after
Awesome.
domestic violence.
Life after. There's
There's
always
always
after.
life after.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I super excited about that. I need it.
Yay.
Now sing a tune, girl.
All right,
Sing a
now
tune.
we
Let's hear
listening. We listening.
Okay, let me see. Okay.
it. We got it.
I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. I don't borrow from this sunshine for a sky might turn to gray, and I don't worry about my future, for I know what Jesus said, and today He walks beside me, for He knows what lies ahead. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand.
Awesome. Yes. Look, I was sitting here like I can't hit that run right there. Yes.
Thank you so much. We definitely appreciate you being here today.
Yes.
Anytime.
Definitely enjoyed this. So yeah. Can't wait to do this makeover.
Yes, I'm excited. I can't wait either. I need a girl, let me tell you.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We'll be talking to you soon.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. You guys have an awesome day.
All right, you too.